What's that?
Explain the props.
The props. Water Mission. That's the foundation I'm supporting this year for My Cause, My Cleats. I met them through PAO, which is a off-season program. And what they do is they pretty much go around the world and help places that don't have access to fresh water. They build wells and things like that to help, small villages and things like that get access to fresh water.
Have you ever been to a place, I know you travel internationally, have you been to a place you'd like to help directly with that?
This is something I've been in communication with them. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to fit it into my schedule yet. But, we've donated money and supported in other ways. But I'm definitely looking forward to going on a trip and, actually helping them with, hands-on labor, building the wells and, meeting the people and all those things.
Is there a story on the painting of the cleats or whatever?
No, not too much of a story. Yeah.
You just listen to Cooper talk. I know that you guys are in meetings together, but when you hear him talk about the details or explain football the way that he does, what stands out to you about your teammate?
Just his vet. Just the fact that he's a vet, and I think he's right when it comes to details. I think the mindset, the effort, the want to, all of those things are, at a premium on this team right now. But I think where we can take it to that next level is just cleaning up on the details, and that's on all phases. That's special teams, defense, offense, and we also talked as a team that December is leading into the playoffs and things of that nature, heading into the end of the season is when teams need to keep progressing as a team, and I think that's something that we want to focus on at the details.
To say, and it sounds like it'd be easy to do. Is it hard, though, to not do too much, right? And is it hard to believe that truly it's that much of a difference between success and failure?
Yeah, I mean, it really is such a small margin. And, we see that every weekend. It comes down to the last 2 minutes of the game a lot of times. Regardless of how the game is being played out, it can be really one-sided almost all game. And then, out of nowhere, it comes down to those last 2 minutes. It comes down to a last-second field goal. Things like that, and if we can clean up that small margin, it can put us over that hump.
You guys just coming off a game that had a lot of visibility, a lot of eyeballs on it, and now you're playing a team that's struggling a little bit more. How do you sustain your standard, week to week, regardless of who you're playing?
Just going back to our process, which is, something we've been talking about since OTAs, is just, it's about us. Obviously, we're studying the other team. We're finding out ways to attack them and things of that nature. But I think the major focus right now and this week is just focusing on, how we can clean up those small details, how we can get better as a team.
They've only won one game, but they've been in almost every game all the way into the second half. What have you seen when you looked at this Titans team?
I mean, what I see is they have great players, which is, every team in the NFL. Every team in the NFL has first-rounders, Pro Bowlers, All-Pros, and things like that. And I think if you, sleep on any team in the league, that they have potential to beat you. So, like I just said, we're focused on us and focused on getting better this week, and we're never going to, overlook a team.
You guys obviously went to Nashville last summer for the joint practices. What did you get out of that trip, besides just the football practice, but just being a young team with a new coaching staff, being away for a while?
I mean, from my experience, I just love joint camps. I think it's one of the best times your team has a chance to grow with connection and things like that. It's especially on an away trip like that, we're all we got. And we're in enemy territory competing against another team, in another team's facilities and all those type of things. And you could just feel the energy of people just coming closer together. And, we did it again this year and felt the same way.
Mike said he looked at some of the tape from that, and he was, so he's glad nobody else is looking at it because you've come a long way since then. I mean, does it feel like that was forever ago that you're that new team?
Yeah, I mean, that does feel forever ago. And just as a whole, I think we got better, individually. Players have gotten a lot better. But as a whole, I think our standard has gotten better. And the way we play for each other and what we stand for and our identity as a team has changed a lot.
Earlier in the season, when this team lost, it's gone on win streaks after the opener, you won 3 in a row. After the second loss, you won 4 in a row. What is it about this team, the ability to kind of band together, regroup, and bounce back in that way?
I mean, honestly, I think it just comes down to every week we're trying to find ways to grow as a team. Every week we're trying to find ways to be better individually. I think every individual, we talk about, the tip of the spear on this team a lot, and I think every individual wants to be the tip of the spear in their position group. Every position group wants to be the tip of the spear on, their side of the ball, and then every side of the ball wants to be the tip of the spear of the team. And I think with that, it just creates a growth mindset where, especially after a loss, we're our biggest critics. We're watching film and, we're grading ourselves harder than, any other critic or person out there. And, that's what gives us our edge to just get better every week.
That was one of the only times this year you guys have been outscored in the first quarter. Was there anything about the start of that game that was different at all?
I mean, they obviously have a good offense. I think our defense did a good job of, they had a pretty long drive on that opening series, but we did a good job getting off the field. And then we were obviously put in some tough situations, starting off already in the red zone. It's going to be hard to stop good offenses from scoring when they're starting in those positions.
Have you ever played all but 4 plays in a game? I think you played all but 4 plays in that game. Have you ever done that?
Maybe in college. I think I remember playing against Arizona and I had like 102 plays or something like that. Like those West Coast offenses, run a lot of plays, and I was obviously younger at that time, so it wasn't as much on my body. But, luckily I think they only had like 50-something total snaps, so I think I average around that much a game anyways, even when I do take plays off, so it worked out.
Did you realize as it was going, or did it just kind of happen?
I didn't realize it as it was going, but, DeMarcus Lawrence and Jay Reed and some of those, older vets in our room do joke about how I'm always that type of guy that, like, wants to be on the field in every situation. Like, there's times in practice and walkthroughs and stuff like that where, coach are giving the younger guys opportunities to go out there and, like, take, pressure off of the older guys' legs and stuff like that. And when they call up the defense, I'm still, like, running out there just, not really aware that I'm supposed to be off the field. I just always want to be on the field.
In the days after a game, if you play 10 fewer snaps, can you really tell the difference?
Not really when it comes to snap count, but I think in the way offenses play against us. The way we played the Rams, we were watching film, and it was pretty much just hard double teams almost the whole game. Jay Reed was watching film with us, and he was like, man, I'm tipping my hats off to you guys because all you guys did was play double teams all game. And, in a game like that, I definitely feel like it was a pretty physical game afterwards.
When you go back and look at that film, were there parts of it that maybe weren't to your standards, or things that stuck out to you?
I mean, I think every person, especially in this building, has plays that they wish they could take back, plays, they wish they could have played with a little better details, a little better technique. And that's the beauty of this game is, like, no matter how many games you play, no matter how many years you've been in the league, you're never going to play a perfect game. So I think that's something that's so special about this game is, like, you're always chasing perfection that you'll never really reach.
What did you make of the pass rush on Sunday?
What's that?
What did you make of the pass rush on Sunday?
From us?
Yeah, your pass.
I mean, I think for the opportunities we had, we didn't do too bad. I think overall we just didn't put ourselves in enough situations where they had to, like, truly drop back and pass. But in those times where they did, I think we got pressure to Stafford, and he had to throw the ball away a few times.
Why is it important for you to be in every rep in practice, even when it's time for the vets to sit?
I mean, I think it's just a part of my leadership. I want to show the young guys, the work ethic that I have. That this is a type of game where, it's a what have you done for me lately type of league, and I never want to be lackadaisical or, taking time off, taking plays off. And that's something that I believe in, how I get better. If I'm not putting myself in situations to learn, then I'm not going to get, grow as a player.
Going back to your cleats for a second, you've talked about your journey before the league and growing up, how you moved around and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Do you kind of just empathize with people who just don't have, whether it's food, clothes, water, or whatever?
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I think that's another interesting thing about the NFL is, from my experience, a lot of NFL players didn't come from much. And it kind of shows me the reason why they have such a strong work ethic and grind and grit about them is because a lot of guys in that locker room have been through a lot. And it's definitely something that motivates me every year, something I don't forget. When I was in the Giants, I did a lot of stuff with, people experiencing homelessness, and, I've experienced that growing up. So I definitely sympathize with that.
Anything else? Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yeah.